Sir, we received an anonymous tip about drugs at this residence. Step aside.
Drugs? There's nothing here, man. I don't even.
Uh-huh. Sure. That's what they all say.
I'm serious. You can check. I got nothing to hide.
Oh, we will check. And would you look at that right here by your doormat?
What? That's not. I didn't put that there.
Huh.
Sir, we got a tip about drugs at this address. Step aside. Kevin Thompson stood at his front door. He was confused. He had just finished his morning coffee. Drugs? There's nothing here, man. I don't even use drugs. Officer Daniels smiled. Sure, that's what they all say. I'm serious. You can check. I got nothing to hide. Oh, we will check. The officer bent down near the welcome mat. And look at that, right here. Kevin's eyes went wide. What? That's not mine. I didn't put that there. Sure you didn't. Turn around, hands behind your back, now. Officer Daniels had no idea what he just walked into. In the next 72 hours, his badge would be gone, his freedom would be gone, and 14 other cases would fall apart. The man he thought he could frame had a secret. Kevin Thompson had a doorbell camera. It had night vision. It recorded everything to the cloud. Every single frame. The camera caught Officer Daniels at 2:47 a.m., 8 hours before the raid. It showed him planting cocaine by the welcome mat, then coming back the next morning to find his own planted drugs. Kevin's lawyer saw the footage within hours. The investigation found a pattern. Officer Daniels had done this at least 11 times before. Innocent people went to prison for years. Those cases got thrown out. Officer Daniels got 45 years in prison. Kevin Thompson got $12 million. Before I continue, let me ask you this. Have you ever been treated unfairly by someone in power? Tell me in the comments. Officer Daniels had no idea who he was trying to frame. Kevin Thompson was 34 years old. He worked as a senior IT security expert at a big tech company. He had a degree from Howard University. He had worked in computer security for 12 years. Here is the part that makes this story wild. Kevin had trained police departments on how digital evidence works. He knew exactly how doorbell cameras save footage. He knew about cloud storage. He knew about night vision. Kevin was the first person in his family to own a home. He bought his house 18 months ago. It was in a quiet area called Oakdale Heights. Nice lawns, tree-lined streets, mostly white neighbors. But Kevin felt uneasy. He had police show up at his door twice for no reason, so he bought a Nest doorbell camera. It cost $179. He wanted to feel safe. His neighbors said he was quiet. He waved at everyone. He kept his lawn perfect. He had never even gotten a parking ticket. Now here is what happened next. On that Tuesday morning, Kevin was just getting ready for work. He had no idea his cheap doorbell camera was about to expose one of the biggest police scandals in county history. Officer Marcus Daniels had a reputation, just not a good one. Daniels was 41 years old. He had been a cop for 16 years. For the last 9 years, he worked on the drug unit. He had many awards for drug busts. His bosses loved his numbers. But there was a problem. Over 5 years, 7 people had complained about him. Every complaint got thrown out. They said there was not enough proof. Every single person who complained was Black or Latino. The pattern was always the same. An anonymous tip, a search, drugs found in plain sight, no body camera footage. The camera was always broken or turned off. Let me tell you about some of his victims. In 2019, Jamal Peterson was 28. Daniels found drugs during a traffic stop. Jamal went to prison for 3 years. His case got thrown out later. In 2021, Maria Santos was 45. Daniels found drugs during a wellness check. The charges got dropped. In 2022, Deshaun Williams was 22. Daniels arrested him at his apartment. Deshaun served 2 years. He was still in prison when Kevin got arrested. The police union protected Daniels. His bosses looked the other way. He made lots of arrests. That was all that mattered to them. Type corrupt in the comments if you think this is wrong. But this time, Daniels picked the wrong house, the wrong man, and he had no idea that everything he did was being recorded. It was Monday night, October 14th. The time was 2:47 a.m. Kevin's house sat on a quiet street, Maple Ridge Drive in Oakdale Heights. It was a nice single-story home with a navy blue door. The porch light was off. The street was empty. Everyone was asleep. Then a car pulled up. No headlights, an unmarked sedan. Officer Daniels got out. He was wearing regular clothes, not his uniform. He looked around, no one watching. He walked to Kevin's front door. He did not notice the small black lens, the Nest doorbell camera. Daniels reached into his jacket. He pulled out a small plastic bag, white powder inside. He placed it under the corner of the welcome mat. He adjusted it, then he walked back to his car and drove away. The whole thing took 47 seconds. The next morning was Tuesday, October 15th. The time was 10:23 a.m. Kevin was drinking coffee, getting ready for work. His doorbell rang. He opened the door. Officer Daniels stood there in full uniform, 2 other officers behind him. "Sir, we got an anonymous tip about Drew. GS at this address." Kevin had not checked his doorbell app that morning. He did not know what the camera had recorded, but every frame was already saved to the cloud. The evidence was safe. If stories like this matter to you, hit that subscribe button now. The officers told Kevin to step outside. He did. "What is this about?" Kevin asked. "Anonymous tip," said Daniels. "Drugs, we have a warrant to search." "There are no drugs here. I don't do drugs." Daniels smiled. "That's what they all say. We'll see." The officer walked to the front door. He made a show of looking around. Then he bent down near the welcome mat. "Well, look at this," Daniels said. He held up the plastic bag. "Cocaine, looks like about 2 grams. Kevin's heart dropped. "What? That's not mine." "Sure it's not. Someone put that there. I've never seen that before in my life." Daniels just shook his head. "Sure." Kevin started to panic. "I have a good job. I've never been in trouble. This is a mistake." "Should have thought about that before," said Daniels. "I want to see that warrant. I want a lawyer." "You'll get your lawyer after we process you." They put handcuffs on Kevin on his own front lawn. His neighbors were watching from their windows. Mrs. Patterson across the street, Mr. Chen next door. 2 joggers stopped and started recording on their phones. Kevin said one last thing before they put him in the car. "Check my doorbell camera, check it." Daniels laughed. "Sure thing, buddy." They took Kevin to the county jail. They charged him with drug possession. They wanted him to look like a drug dealer. Bail was set at $50,000. Kevin called his sister from jail. He told her to contact his lawyer. He gave her one instruction. "Check the Nest app. Look at last night. Trust me. What happens next will shock you. Type justice in the comments if you want to see this cop pay for what he did." Kevin's lawyer was named Denise Crawford. She was 52 years old. She had been a criminal defense lawyer for 24 years. She was known for taking on cases about police doing wrong things. Here is something important. She had defended 2 of Daniel's other victims before. She always thought something was wrong with those cases, but she could never prove it. Kevin's sister gave Denise the login for his Nest account. It was about 2:15 in the afternoon. Denise pulled up the recordings. She looked for motion alerts from October 14th. There it was, 2:47 a.m., motion detected. She pressed play. The footage showed a man walking up to Kevin's door. The street light lit up his face. It was Officer Daniels, clear as day. You could even see his badge number on his jacket pocket. The video showed him reaching into his pocket, pulling out a small bag, placing it under the welcome mat, careful, slow, then walking away. Denise sat in silence. Then she said, "Oh my God." The footage had a timestamp. It had location data. It was backed up to the cloud. No one could say it was fake. Denise got to work fast. She called the district attorney's office. She demanded a meeting. She called internal affairs. She filed a complaint and sent them the video. She tipped off the local news but gave no details yet. She filed papers to lower Kevin's bail. By 4:30 p.m., the assistant district attorney had watched the footage. His jaw dropped. He made phone calls up the chain. The decision came fast. All charges against Kevin were dropped right away. By 7:00 p.m., Kevin walked out of county jail, only 8 hours after his arrest. His sister was waiting. Denise was there too. News cameras were already gathering. Word had leaked. Meanwhile, Officer Daniels was still on duty. He found out the charges were dropped. His boss told him to report to Internal Affairs right now. There must be some mistake, Daniels said. They showed him the video. He went quiet. His face went pale. He had nothing to say. Denise Crawford later said, "In 24 years, I have never seen evidence this clear. He planted drugs on camera, then came back to find them on camera. He filmed his own crime." This was the moment everything changed, but the story was just getting started. Internal Affairs moved fast. They put Officer Daniels on leave the next day. He had to give up his badge. He had to give up his gun. Then they looked at every arrest he had ever made. What they found was terrible. 11 cases had the exact same pattern: anonymous tips, drugs found in plain sight. All the suspects were black or Latino. No body camera footage in any case. Daniels always said his camera broke or he forgot to turn it on. One thing made the pattern even clearer. The FBI checked his phone records. They checked his patrol car GPS. The data told a story. In the Jamal Peterson case, witnesses said things that did not match Daniels' report. The FBI looked closer and found lies. In the Deshaun Williams case, phone records showed Daniels was at the apartment the night before the arrest, just like with Kevin. In the Maria Santos case, a neighbor came forward. She said she saw Daniels' car that night. She did not think much of it at the time. By day 5, the FBI Civil Rights Division opened their own case. They started looking at the whole police department. They talked to other officers. 2 cops admitted they had suspected Daniels for years. They never reported it. Daniels tried to defend himself. He had 3 main claims. Claim 1, he said he got a real anonymous tip, but phone records showed no such call. The tip line had no record of it. Claim 2, he said he had never been to Kevin's address before, but the doorbell footage proved he was there. Plus his patrol car GPS showed he had driven by many times. Claim 3, he said someone faked the video, but Nest verified it was real. The FBI checked the data. Everything matched. On day 14, police showed up at Daniels' home. They arrested him. Federal charges: evidence tampering, 15 counts, taking away people's rights, 11 counts, false imprisonment, 11 counts, blocking justice, 3 counts. The judge said no bail. Daniels was a flight risk. If you want more stories about justice being served, hit subscribe right now. The same night Kevin got out of jail, his lawyer released the footage to local news. By 10 p.m., the local TV station ran the story. 50,000 people watched in the first hour. By midnight, it was the #1 trending topic on Twitter in the whole state. By morning, national news picked it up. CNN covered it, MSNBC covered it, Fox covered it. Everyone was talking about it. By day 2, 15 million people had seen the video. News stations in other countries ran the story. The numbers were huge. On Twitter, the video got 8.2 million views and 340,000 shares. On TikTok, people reposted it over and over, 12 million views total. YouTube news channels made videos about it, 6 million more views. Facebook users shared it 4 million times. People were angry. The comments showed it. One person wrote, "This is why we need cameras everywhere." That comment got 45,000 likes. Another wrote, "How many Kevin Thompsons didn't have a doorbell camera?" That got 78,000 likes. Someone else said, "This man lost 8 hours, others lost years." That got 112,000 likes. The most popular comment was simple: "The system didn't catch him, a $179 camera did." That got 89,000 likes. The police chief held a press conference. He said he was shocked. He promised a full review. 2 of Daniels' supervisors got put on leave. Share this video if you think more people need to see this. Drop a comment and tell me what you think about these numbers. 4 months later, Marcus Daniels went to federal court. The trial did not last long. The evidence was too strong. The jury watched the doorbell footage. They saw the GPS data. They heard the phone records. 6 of his victims came to court and told their stories. The jury found him guilty on all 40 counts. They only needed 4 hours to decide. Then came the sentencing hearing. This was the part that broke people's hearts. Jamal Peterson spoke first. "I lost 3 years of my life. When I got out, my daughter didn't recognize me. She was scared of me, her own father." Deshaun Williams went next. "I was 22 when I went in. I'm 26 now. I will never get those years back. I missed everything." Maria Santos spoke last. "I lost my job. I lost my apartment. I lost my reputation. People still look at me different." The judge listened to everything. Then he gave his sentence. 45 years in federal prison. No chance of getting out early. The judge said, "You used your badge as a weapon. You destroyed lives. You betrayed everything police are supposed to stand for." But wait, there is more to this story. Because of Kevin's case, 14 convictions got thrown out. 14 people who should never have gone to prison got their freedom back. 3 more officers are now being investigated. 2 supervisors lost their jobs. The whole department is now under federal watch. And the money? Kevin filed a lawsuit against the city for $20 million. They settled for $12 million. The city did not want to go to trial. They knew what a jury would do. The other victims got paid too. Jamal Peterson got $4.2 million. Deshaun Williams got $5.8 million. Maria Santos got $2.1 million. The city paid out a total of $28.7 million. The department had to change. Now body cameras must be on all the time. No exceptions. Anonymous tips must be checked before police can get a warrant. Every drug arrest gets reviewed by someone outside the department. But for Kevin, this was never about money. 6 months after his arrest, Kevin held a press conference. He stood at a podium, cameras everywhere. He took a deep breath and spoke. "I was in handcuffs on my own front lawn. Neighbors I had waved to every day watched me get arrested for something I didn't do." He paused. "For 8 hours I sat in a cell. I knew I was innocent, but I kept thinking, who is going to believe me? I'm a black man. The cop says I had drugs. Who would believe me? I was lucky. I had a camera. I had a good lawyer. I had money for bail. Most people don't have any of that." Kevin talked about his job. "I work in computer security. I train people on digital evidence. I know how this stuff works. And I still almost got destroyed by a system that didn't care about the truth. If it can happen to me, it can happen to anyone." He had a message for others. Record everything. Cameras are not paranoia. They are protection. If you have been wrongly accused, do not give up. Fight. He had a message for the system too. One bad cop didn't do this alone. A whole system looked away for years. Everyone who stayed quiet let this happen. Accountability can't just be for the cop who got caught. Kevin thanked his lawyer. He thanked the other victims who spoke at the trial. He thanked everyone who shared the story. Then he said his final words. "I bought that camera because I didn't feel safe in my own neighborhood. That should never be normal for anyone." Kevin's case showed a bigger problem. Over 2,400 people have been wrongly convicted in America since 1989. More than half of those cases involved police doing something wrong. Black Americans are 7 times more likely to be wrongly convicted of drug crimes. We caught Marcus Daniels because of a $179 camera. How many innocent people are sitting in prison right now because they didn't have a camera? Technology caught what the system missed, but technology should not be the only thing protecting innocent people. So let me ask you, should people need cameras on their own homes just to prove they are innocent? Should it take a viral video to stop a bad cop after 16 years of complaints? Should 14 people have to lose years of their lives before anyone notices a pattern? Because if we don't fix systems that protect bad cops for years, if we don't give public defenders enough money to investigate, if we don't change laws that shield bad officers, then we are just waiting. Waiting for the next Marcus Daniels, the next Kevin Thompson, the next innocent person locked up for a crime they didn't commit. Comment accountability if you believe every police department needs outside oversight. Comment camera if you bought one because you don't trust the system. If you think stories like this matter, hit that subscribe button. We are going to keep exposing these cases. We are going to keep demanding better. We are going to keep fighting for people who didn't have a doorbell camera, for people still sitting in cells for crimes they didn't do. This is not just about one corrupt cop. This is not just about one lucky man with a camera. This is about all of us and the system we are willing to accept. See you in the next one.